Sierra Leone. A nation marked by struggle, survival and hardships. From the scars of a brutal civil war to the ongoing battles with corruption and crime, this West African country, ranked as one of the unhappiest and most impoverished in the world, is rarely seen as anything else. Which is why I have travelled here. I believe there is always a side to a country and its people that is not shown in the media. And despite concerns of safety, I wanted to see for myself the surprising beauty of a war-torn West African country that is often boxed in as just that. So join me as I travel through its turbulent past, explore its vibrant present, and attempt to challenge its global perception. This is an adventure you will not want to miss.
Welcome to Freetown, Sierra Leone.
This is the country's capital city and one of the poorest cities in Africa. Freetown is home to 1.3 million people, and the crime and corruption rates are high. The coastal city was also significant during the slave trade, as this is one of the first places in Africa that freed slaves returned to.
This is where the slave trade ended, and this is where it started also. Here came the name Freetown.
Which is where me and my buddy Simon started exploring in the city. But we didn't have the welcome that we'd hoped for.
We're here for 5 days and I really want to explore the city, the country. It's okay? Oh, maybe it's not okay yet. So anyway, what I was trying to say was I hope that it's not too hostile and it's a very lovely country to travel around. Although that interaction didn't seem so, did it?
And whilst in the old market, which is where the freed slaves initially landed, I got confronted by angry locals because I stupidly didn't get permission before filming. This was not the place to be insulting the residents.
Hey bro, where are you? They're not happy. Let's just go. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go. It's okay. That was a bit sketchy actually. We sort of got a bit rumbled in the old market down here in Freetown. People were seeing the camera with the mic, and fair enough, I suppose they weren't too happy about it, so got out of there sharpish.
But despite this interaction, we continue to learn about the city and its devastating Ebola outbreak in 2014.
So we are now at the Ebola graves that happened in 2014. So these ones are the Ebola grave from this point down to the country to over there, and from this other point down to another country to over here. But the saddest problem with it now, the government are not paying to take care of them.
We also saw indications of extreme poverty. For example, this oil ship from Turkey is donated to power the entire capital city.
Yeah, we normally go into an agreement with the Turkey government, so we pay by every 5 years, so we can electrify the entire city.
But I didn't just come to this country to highlight the negative aspects, which every country in the world has. We also came here for a different reason.
Welcome to Sierra Leone!
We've been setting up a YouTube workshop here in Freetown with a bunch of really nice guys who are also interested in learning. So the first part this morning's lecture went brilliant, and now we've come to Lumley Beach where we're going to film a practical session with a guy who owns an orphanage here in Sierra Leone.
Here is a school, we found a school for the orphanage children. The parents are not able to afford to take care of them. We'll bring them some from interior areas, bring them here to educate them to be somebody in future. My profession is I do artwork. We have a shop, we can put it there, sell it on the market, take care of our kids. I'm so happy because when I think the difficulty in the country, most of children, they don't have father, they don't have mother. And I produce myself to them as a father. I teach them what they can do. After I'm not around or I die, they can produce for themselves. This is a greenhouse. They're vegetable in there. Put it on the market, sell. Their future is for education. To learn something for themselves. To be somebody in future. I'm proud of the work I'm doing. I'm proud of the knowledge God gave me. I'm so happy about my land, Sierra Leone, Sweet Sierra Leone. Yeah.
I love Sierra Leone.
We've spent the day together today,
Yeah,
Charlie,
man.
on the workshop. Nice to meet you, Rodney.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, bro. Fellow Arsenal fan?
Yeah, Gunners.
Gunners.
Come on, you Gunners.
You were telling me that you've got a music video channel, right?
Yes.
And what's the name of the channel?
Charlie Afla. It's been wonderful, great. I mean, the sightseeing, drones,
Yeah.
shirts and everything, you know.
And
Taking part in the shooting and everything.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And have you got hopes to make content in the future?
Yeah, sure.
There's a lot of impact you guys brought to us, and we learned a lot. It feels so good to meet someone that you both are in the same field, working towards the same dream. So it's a blessing.
So much fun meeting everyone here. Really genuine people of Freetown, seeing the orphanage, seeing the lovely sweet kids. What a travel experience. All the years of doing YouTube and stuff can somehow hopefully benefit someone else, and also met loads of friends here in Sierra Leone, so couldn't have asked for a better day.
Catch more than 100 fish.
100 fish a day? The people down there in Lovely Beach are really, really nice. Everyone sees the camera, very interested in what's going on, why we're here, and everyone's happy to chat and have a photo taken.
Hey, keep the beach clean.
I tell you what, if you're ever thinking about moving house, don't bother getting a hire van, just come and ask someone from Sierra Leone. We've left the busy city of Freetown and we're heading over to Tuai Island, right on the east of Sierra Leone. But before we get there, we're spending a night tonight in a tribal village called Robonko. And to break up the 6-hour drive, we stopped at Taku Gama Chimpanzee Sanctuary, a place where mistreated chimps are taken in and taken care of. The chimpanzee is also the national animal of Sierra Leone. We then broke down, but this gave us a chance to learn about the history of the Civil War. What is interesting in this region would have been deadly to travel across because of the militias guarding the roads and the bridges and that. From 1991 to 2002, one of Africa's most brutal conflicts took place, leaving an estimated 50,000 people dead. The war began when the Revolutionary United Front launched a rebellion against the government, seeking control of the country's vast diamond resources. What followed was a decade of terror, including amputations, enslavement, massacres, and the RUF's child soldiers, until the war was eventually stopped in 2002 with the help of international aid.
Yeah, we don't have.
It's good? Fixed?
Yeah, I think so.
Actually, I basically just pull over. Mechanics call him over. Little boy helping out, holding the wrenches. Must have been about 2. Hopefully. Car's fixed. After about an hour and a half drive on dirt tracks completely away from the main highway, we've come to a place called Robonko, which means village in the forest. And this is where we're staying tonight. Super authentic experience, right in the sticks of Sierra Leone. So that was a fun little introduction. Through the company we collaborated with, Salon Hidden Gems, we got a contact in Robonko that allowed us to stay here for a night. But we also needed permission from the chief of the village.
He is the chief of Robonko.
Well, mine more like Amara. Mine Bazmak Buff name. You know, so my pandere, I put a pantiacan on the panchik now. So Canuras continue up its Kamibachi Bonnie and Bodycom.
He's very excited to see you here.
During the Civil War, Robonko was completely cut off from any other town or village due to rebel territories. the village only survived through subsistence farming for over 10 years. And being isolated for that long meant no access to good healthcare or education, until this school was built in 2003.
All these kids you are seeing, that is where they attended, the primary school there.
The remoteness of villages like Robonko also means that they don't get many visitors, which explained why the children were so excited to see us.
We've been talking this whole time about these like magical moments that keep popping up, and this is like a million of them in one.
Yeah.
It's really funny and really cool.
I've got to watch when I'm walking because there's too many kids
yeah,
here.
there's a lot of them. A whole flock behind us.
Yeah.
But me and Simon quickly became boring to them when I introduced something else.
Wave. No.
Ishmael, our sort of host, he just let me know now that they actually have never seen a drone in real life. So, hence the, the excitement. That was mental. We've just spent the evening and the night walking around Robonko. It is literally in the middle of the countryside here in Sierra Leone. The experience has been unbelievable, but it's also been very humbling.
We talked a lot about these magic moments that have appeared on the trip, and it's never the stuff that we expect to be the highlights, but like today was just packed full of them really, like one whole extended experience that was just magic, and it's essentially just sort of hanging out with the community.
We are living here by magic. No electricity, no internet. You can see in the car here, I'll just look at our kids. It's like they've seen something strange because it is rare to see it.
There's no electricity, there's no Wi-Fi, there's only torches for light, but the people are super happy, the kids are really sweet, and it makes you really realise how much things we got back home, but how happy people are with the little they have here is, you know, something we should all sort of take a lesson from, I think. And again, with travel, it's not really necessarily the attractions or the tourist things that we go and see, at least, but it's always the human connections and interactions that we have is what sticks with us for much longer.
I think it's one of the most common like lessons from travel, which sounds obvious, but is that people are exactly the same wherever you go.
On an extra note, if anyone's watching this and thinking how luxurious and glamorous making travel videos are, try being surrounded by hundreds of thousands of mosquitoes biting you and being in your face constantly, not to mention sleeping with them as well, so it's not all glamorous. This. So, on the last chunk of the journey now to Tiwai Island, on a dirt track road known in this part of the world as African Massage.
As we continued deep into the West African bush, we started seeing more villages. But being so far away from larger towns did make me feel somewhat vulnerable. And as I was filming these villages, I captured one of the scariest moments I've ever had as a traveller.
A little kid just threw a rock at the window as I was filming. All the villagers here now, look.
we were driving along and then the window next to my head exploded because some kid is throwing a rock.
He's the kid. Doesn't look too sorry.
The whole window shattered and now I'm covered in tiny shards of glass. And I've got a few little cuts on my leg. But other than that, we're unharmed. And now there's just a big argument about what happens next, I guess.
I felt bad for thinking the worst about this situation, as we quickly saw how kind the villagers were to two strangers like us.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye.
And then we were seen on our way for a drafty arrival to Tuai, but it was definitely worth the long and adventurous journey. In the east of the country, on the Mau River, is Tuai Island. It's home to wild chimpanzees, red colobus monkeys, and pygmy hippos, as well as hundreds of different bird species. We were lucky enough to spend 2 days here in the jungle, searching for wildlife and taking in the untouched beauty of this unique environment.
And this is an example of yet another special hidden gem. Unfortunately, not seen any pygmy hippos or the chimpanzees, but it's been a perfect place to end our trip here in West Africa and here in Sierra Leone.
In today's day and age, it's very rare to travel places where you feel like you are the first visitor to step foot. Sierra Leone was that. From the moment we arrived to the moment we left, it was like travel was brand new again. I don't think I've ever had such genuine interactions, nor have I seen larger smiles, or have I met people more resilient and welcoming.
Coming to Sierra Leone is the best decision you can ever make.
Come visit. Nice place, nice beach. Make sure it shows you the video.
We don't want to talk too much. Just visit here and then you will share the experience out.
Sierra Leone has so much to offer to travellers like us. Despite being concerned at times for our safety, it was worth every challenge it threw at us. Oh my God. And part of me is contested. I'd love for the world to feel the same way that I was made to feel in this magical country. Yet I hope it never loses what makes it so special and unique.
I thought there was going to be a village war, but it was the devil in hay.
And despite Sierra Leone's hardships, the hope of the country is a testament to the spirit of its beautiful people.
The message I can give people in Sierra Leone, we can love ourselves, take care of our kids to become a better somebody in future.